Hello, beautiful beings of light. I hope you all are well. Welcome to this channeled energy report. I am coming to you today a little bit differently. My team in spirit has asked that I share with you these images, that I express these messages in concert with nature, and I think it's very apt for what we're going to be talking about today with this solstice energy. When I last left you, we were in this portal energy between the lunar and solar eclipse, and it was very, very difficult. We had a convergence of our fractal selves, and any remnants of lower dimensionality was being brought up to find new perspectives and to ultimately choose the script that we wanted to take with us into these new fourth dimensional templates. And it actually culminates with the solstice. So just like the energy in the last solstice equinox energy, it is a 0 point, and it is a choice point and a solidification of the scripts, the lessons, and the templates that we will be bringing forward. So the June solstice runs between the 20th and the 21st. It can at times run all the way through the 22nd, just depending on where you're at in the world. In the Northern Hemisphere, we will be experiencing a summer solstice. And in the Southern Hemisphere, we will be experiencing a winter solstice. So it is the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere and the shortest in the Southern. It is the summer in the Northern and the winter in the Southern. So just like the last solstice portal, where we experienced the 0 point of our fourth dimensional reality, and I will link that. You can go back and view that if you are new to this channel. And if you are new, thank you so much for subscribing. I'm really happy to have this channel and this frequency expand, and it just strengthens the resonance. But yeah, this is the next road marker, if you will, as we move into this new dimensional blueprint. Also, we have the sun in Gemini until the 21st, so through the 21st. And this is gifting us with the end result of these balancing energies, which is a true 0 point in a union between our divine masculine and feminine journeys, the energy. I've also channeled information over the past week that this is going to activate a new twin flame template, as the current model has been extremely distorted. And as many of you know, part of my catalyst during my awakening was through a quote unquote twin flame connection. So I am not disparaging the journey. However, this old outdated model was relevant in the third dimensional template, but it is no longer the same template as we enter further into the fourth dimension. Now, the fourth dimension still has duality, as you know. However, this is a time when we are first learning to balance the divine masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. So this is the activation of this equinox energy. This duality is highlighted through the solstice, in fact. So through this 0 point energy, where the longest and shortest day are one through the Earth's grid and in complete harmony. This is what is being reflected on a macro and micro level. So as this is the balance through Gaia, we also will be experiencing that in our microcosm of our energetic field. So this is a balancing of the sacred fire energy, the opening of the crown chakra in this new dimension, and a receipt of cellular upgrades and DNA activations, We are going to be learning to harness the masculine aspects of this fire, which is typically categorized in physical action, in will, and perseverance. And, it's the doing energy. It's the physicality. And then we have the sacred feminine aspects of the sacred fire, which is creation energy. It's warming and tender and nurturing. So this will be further illuminated as well as the sun moves into Cancer the following day on the 22nd, because this Cancerian energy focuses around the home and nurturing. It's loving energy, it's mothering energy. And as we also have Saturn retrograding in these energies, if, as I stated in my last video, or the one before the last, I'll link it. It goes into great detail on these retrograde energies. We are going to be seeking balance in the home space now. So as you can see, all of these energies, galactically are all aligning to serve us in our highest and best. This is really, the language they gave me is, this is an anointing. We are receiving this. It's a move into balance, and it's the beginning of creation through the higher mind, which again, we also have the Mercury retrograde assisting us in balancing our left and our right brain, in our, balancing of our autonomic nervous systems. And as I've stated in my prior videos, the social memory complex around Mercurian energy is these winged messengers. It's this angelic realm. And this is exciting, to have this balance really come forward, as this is a journey that we began during the first retrograde energy of 2021, which was really the first Mercury retrograde we've experienced in our new fourth dimensional bandwidth. And through the balance of these energies and of the energetic and the physical bodies, we are now going to begin to see ourselves more clearly. So this is really going to be about us learning to embody the energy that creates the body and not the mind. So what I mean through this is, I had the most immense experience through these channeling sessions, through meditation. This last week, I was taken outside of my body, and I was placed in our proper home. So I had set the intention prior to that I wanted to remember what I had forgotten prior to, incarnating into this human avatar. And I was placed on what many of you might know as the plate or the assemblage point. And it became clear then, it was like coming back home. It was this understanding that is where our consciousness actually resides. And I received these downloads, this understanding that we had become enmeshed in the mind. And from the moment that we're born, we are being programmed into the body. Our consciousness is being programmed into the mind through, you are a boy, you are a girl, you have this skin color, you have this eye color. We are being put into the mind, and our consciousness, it loses its proper context. And the way they've explained it to me is that, we're this transparent, this overlay. We are the torrid. And I did record another video. I'm definitely going to be expanding upon this. This takes tethering to a whole new level. I'm still getting downloads and trying to understand it myself, but it was essentially this understanding that we are the torrid, we are the pillar of light, we are not the body. And we're going to be learning now how to become whole and put ourselves back into the proper context as energetic beings, as the torrid, as the energy. So it's so exciting. There is so much, on the horizon for us as we move through this equinox energy. We are going to be removing these masks of the false self. We are going to understand that they reside in the mind. We are shedding that automaton energy, and we are learning not to identify with these programs, and that is through acceptance and through forgiveness. And so, as all of these crazy things come up in the script, we're learning to accept them and allow them to be, but we don't have to identify with them. We can identify as the Taurid, as the energy field, as these creator beings that are in this human body. We are not the body. And so that has been really the lesson that we have been experiencing over these last few months, really. And I know for myself, during these portal energies, it really came to a choice point where I felt I needed to actually choose a script and then take action on that script. And so many of you have been struggling yourselves. I've had private conversations with so many of you, and I'm doing everything I can in my capacity to aid and assist you where I can. And I'm just sending you so much love and understanding that you too will be able to find a new perspective and a proper context and step out of that identification with the mind, with the automaton, and really learn that, we are the energy. We are the energy. We are not the mind. This is the beginning of becoming whole. This is the beginning of coming back home. We are activating our whole embodiment, our light body in concert with the physical body. We are consciousness overlaid in human form. And this is now what we are stepping into when we step through this portal of the 0 point of this solstice energy. The other thing is, if you remember in the very first equinox video that I did, the first 0 point that we entered into of the fourth dimensional template, one of the major things that came online for us were these new gifts and abilities. And now what we're seeing is that the energetic frequency of the abilities that came online that we began to experience during the first 0 point are now beginning to solidify, and they're beginning to ground in and amplify. So in my experience, I've always been, I don't have another word for it yet, geosentient, and understood that I felt energies, galactically as a galactic intuitive, but also the grid and the energy of the earth and of the weather patterns. And they would influence my body through the Schumann resonance, through barometric pressures. And, but I only understood this as, what it did to my physical body in the form of headaches and migraine and being electrical at times. Well, now what I've begun to experience over this past week after I was placed in this proper context was after this channeling session, I had this immense energy running through my physical body, and the geosentient aspect of myself has amplified exponentially. I am, as the Taurid, taking the energy of the storm into my body. I have been able to melt and shapeshift cloud formations. This morning, I had this experience through meditation and with a storm, and subsequently afterwards, I have been, my toroidal field has expanded and amplified so electrically that I am now influencing every electrical object around me. So I don't have I haven't fully harnessed or mastered this ability yet. But you are also going to be finding that the gifts that you have already brought in or, aligned to are going to begin to amplify, and they are going to be taken to the next level. And so this is another aspect of this balancing that we're going to begin working on. It's these gifts are going to be amplifying, and then we are going to be working on how do we balance these energies out. So I'd love to hear from you. If any of you have had any amplification of your gifts. This for me it's run the gamut of everything. As far as my energy, intuitiveness, psychically, channeling abilities, meditative states, everything is just kind of on full blast right now. And some days I'm handling that energy amazingly, and other days it's actually just put me out, where it's been super intense. So I'd love to hear from you as well, how you're experiencing these energies. So I hope this helps someone out there. As always, I'm sending you all big, 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 big love.
Just wanted to say I love ya. Scully loves ya. Bye.